Hi, kindergarten and first grade. I just wanted to say hello. Welcome, parents. If I haven't met you before, I'm Mrs. Cook, the art teacher. Today we're going to do a project based on my favorite artist, Claude Monet. Now, boys and girls, Claude Monet was born a long time ago, and he painted beautiful pictures of scenes in nature. He loved nature, and he actually went out into his garden and painted the things that he saw there. Now, he didn't have a garden with just pretty flowers. He had a garden with a huge pond and a bridge and many, many trees and many flowers. So what we're going to look at today is a picture from Claude Monet, which is called Water Lilies. He painted over 200 giant canvases with water lilies. When Claude Monet painted, he painted in a way different than anybody else. He and his friends at that time started to paint the Impressionist style. Can you say that with me? Impressionist. Impressionist means that he didn't just paint what he saw, he painted what he felt. And when he used color, he didn't draw an exact shape of a flower. He might use a sploosh of color and a dab of paint, and he might put two colors right next to each other. And when you see them from far away, it looks like a flower. But when you zoom in close up, it just looks like a sploosh or a swoosh or a squiggle. And so we're going to use crayons today, paper, and tape to make our drawing. So have a couple pieces of paper and feel free to pause the video anytime that you need to take a little more time with your drawing. Remember, I've been drawing for a lot more years than you, so I might go a little faster than you, but I want you to do your best. You don't have to be perfect. And remember, every single picture that you make is special. It's unique to you because you are special and unique. So don't worry about being perfect. And if you mess up, turn it into a beautiful oops. Today, we're going to make this picture that reminds me of Monet's water lilies. I'm thinking of the word inspiration today because Monet is my inspiration for this art project. So what you're going to need is you're going to need some paper, you're going to need some crayons, as many crayons as you can find, and some tape. So 2 pieces of paper, crayons, and tape. I'm going to show you how to make this awesome picture. So now what we're going to do is get out as many green crayons as you can. I have my greens here. I'm gonna add, let's see what else I have, and some yellow. Get out some green and some yellow. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw some lily pads. Lily pads are kind of flat leaves that sit on top of the water. So pick any green that you want. And when we draw them on the bottom part of our page, we're gonna draw them bigger. When we draw them on the farther part, top of our page, we're going to draw them smaller. So I'm going to start right in the middle, and I'm going to draw a middle-sized water lily. And I'm going to make it kind of like a puddle. And then I'm going to draw one that's a little bit smaller. As I go closer to the top, the water lilies are getting further away from me. So I'm going to draw them smaller. And at the very top, I'm going to draw the smallest ones. And my water lilies kind of look like a squished down circle, a squished down shape because they're sitting flat on top of the water. And in the front, I'm going to draw the biggest water lily. I'm going to make mine go off the page like that. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can draw as many water lilies as you want. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to color in my water lilies. We're going to make a spot for the flowers. So use pink, light pink, dark pink, red, yellow. Those are all colors that Monet would have used for the flowers on his water lilies. I have some red here. All right, I'm gonna start with, I like this kind of neon pink, which I really like. And I'm just gonna draw some flowers. When Monet painted, see, he didn't paint the exact shape of a flower. He used the paint to make kind of splotches and like swooshes of color. And when you look at it from far away, it looks like the flower. It's really cool the way Monet did that. And that was a special style of art called Impressionism. And Impressionism kind of has a blurry look to it. It's kind of blurry. And I really love that kind of art. I'm using different kinds of pink. Now I'm going to take another, I think this is red, and I'm going to color right on top of the other part of my flower. Oh, I like that color. I'm just going to do another swirl on top so that some of the flower is light pink and some of the flower is this darker pink. I'm going to do it on that one. I don't have to do every one. I'm going to do it on that one because it's far away, and one line there. And then I have a light pink. Let's see how that looks. It kind of looks the same as the other one, but I can add some color in. I'll add it. Why not? Give it a try. This one I'm leaving without a flower. You don't have to have a flower on every one. Now I'm going to use, I didn't use this color yet. It kind of looks the same as that one. I'm good. Then I'm going to use yellow because the middle of the water lily has a beautiful big yellow center. So I'm just going to put a splotch. You see, I'm making just a smoosh of color, not even doing that much color, just any shape that you want it to be. And that's the fun part about Impressionism, is when Monet painted and when Monet created these water lilies, he just used a glob of paint. Now I'm going to take as many greens as I can. So get out all your greens. I have dark green, medium green, and light green. You can also have some yellow or some really light green, more like a, they called this color inchworm, but I think it's more like a lime green. And we're going to color in the lily pads. I'm going to color part of them like I did before with the flowers. And I'm going to use big coloring strokes. I'm going to put a little bit of lime green on each one. Then I'm going to go with medium green. I'm going to put a little bit of medium green on each one. When you're coloring and you're doing art, it's really nice because you don't have to be perfect. All you have to do is be willing to try. Be willing to experiment, just like a scientist experiments. I'm going to use my dark now. This is going to be cool because this is the same color that I outlined it with. Now I'm going to add dark. Just like Monet did, he put lots of splashes of color. Now we're using crayons. Crayons don't splash, but we can create little splashes of color all over. And that is going to make it look like Monet's Impressionist paintings of the water lilies. He created about 200 water lily paintings. And the water lilies he painted were actually in the garden in his backyard. So he had a very, very big garden, as you can imagine. He had a huge garden, and he would go out into his garden and he would paint the many different places in his garden. It was his inspiration. He loved to paint nature. Okay, now I don't need my greens anymore. Well, I might. You can always go back to them if you need them. I'm going to use all the blues that I can find. So you can pause this video and find all the blues, blue and gray. Maybe add some purple if you can. Okay, so I'm getting all my blues and grays and purples. All right, you can start the video up after you find all your blues and grays. All right, the first thing we're gonna do is pick a light blue. Let's see, which one do I like the best? I'm just doing a sample. Ooh, I like that one the best. So I'm gonna pick a lighter blue and I'm gonna start to color in a light blue all the way around all of my lily pads. And I'm coloring from side to side because when you look at water, when you're looking at water from far away, or if you're in a boat, or if you're on the shore at the ocean, it kind of looks like the lines of the water go from side to side. So if I make my lines on the paper go side to side, it kind of looks like real water. So that's how I'm going to do it for this project. You see how that looks like real water? It's kind of cool. Okay, I'm going to color the whole background. Now, if you're not coloring as fast as me, that's okay. You can slow down, pause the video, and keep coloring until you catch up with me. I've been doing art for a long time, so I can sometimes do things very fast. And when you get done with the whole picture, coloring the whole picture blue, then turn the video back on. Okay, we're back. Now we're gonna pick out different color blues and add blue all over our picture. So I'm gonna pick out another color blue, a medium color blue, and I'm gonna start to color. I'm gonna pick a spot and color in that spot. Then I'm gonna go to one of these lily pads and I'm gonna pick a spot and color in that spot. I'm gonna go to another lily pad, kind of like a frog. I'm hopping from lily pad to lily pad. It's so fun. And I'm gonna color that spot. And we can do that all over the picture and add some blue. Monet used his colors really, really wildly. I like to color wildly like Monet. Now, take another color blue. It could be lighter or darker. Give it a test, see if you like it. I like that one. And I'm gonna add that one to my picture. And I'm just gonna pick some spots where I can add this color. Little spot right there. I'm gonna pick a little spot right here. I'm gonna pick a spot right here. Maybe over here. But I still wanna go side to side. So it still makes it look like real water. Then I'm gonna add, this is kind of like a blue gray. I like this color. Let's see. Ooh, it's like a gray. It doesn't really look blue at all. I'm gonna add some gray. Some gray into my water, maybe some over here. When we put colors on top of each other, it can create even a different effect. And it's really very fun sometimes. And you can keep on doing this with as many color blues as you want, layering them right on top of each other. Okay, so pause this video, finish adding all your blues, and then turn it back on. Okay, we're back. What we're gonna do next is I'm gonna show you my finished project. I added some 3D flowers. So what we're gonna do is take another piece of paper and a bunch of pink crayons and make the flowers. Plain piece of paper, and guess what? That's right, I'm gonna scribble. I'm gonna scribble some flowers. One, I'm gonna make like two. I'm gonna make 2 or 3. And one smaller one. 2 big, 2 medium. Let's have 1 big, 1 medium, and 1 small. Oh, I'm gonna add more colors, like a lighter pink, because Monet would have liked to combine his colors, and another pink, and see how that goes. That looks the same sometimes. Oh, I like that. And then I'm going to add, I have a red. I think that looks good. I'm happy with that. You can add a little bit of purple. And the middle of the flower, don't forget, the middle has some yellow in it. Just layering some yellow on top. That looks cool to me. Okay, now you can use scissors if you want, and you can cut these out and make them round, but I'm just gonna tear them. I'm just gonna rip the paper, and I'm just gonna use 2 fingers to pinch the paper and tear in little bits all the way around. Pinch, pinch, pinch. See, pinching, pinch, and tear. Then I'm going to take what's left. I'm going to fold it. I'm going to fold it. And I'm going to kind of crumple it up a little bit. Give it a little crumples. And then we're going to tape it on. So let's do it with the next piece too. And we're tearing the paper, so that gives us a jagged edge. That means that it does not have to be perfect. This is your artwork, and this is something that's going to be different for everybody's. Is going to look completely different. And I just love that about art, is when people do the same project, it comes out different for everyone. Wow. Okay, I'm going to bring my picture back. And guess what? Now it's time to crumple the other pieces. So I'm going to just crumple them up. We're going to fold them, crumple them, give them a little bit of a feeling. So it's going to stick off the paper like a 3D flower. And I have a big, a medium, and a small. You can use glue, or I'm just going to use some tape. And the special trick with tape, now you can pause or ask a grown-up to help you, is this is the side that's not sticky. This is the sticky side. Is I'm going to have the sticky side out, and I'm going to fold it over to create a tape loop. And then there's sticky everywhere. Then I'm going to take my biggest, which one's the biggest? That one? I like this one. I'm going to put it on the back, and I'm going to tape my biggest flower to the biggest lily pad, and you can scrunch it up and you can make it look however you want it to look. Ooh, I love it. I love this. This is exciting. Now I'm going to do the next one. Take the tape. It's tricky, so you might need a grown-up to help you. And you're going to fold it over. Okay, it's sticky now on both sides. And I'm going to take the second one. And I'm going to stick it right here. And I can crumple it up to make it have 3D effect. And I really like that. Now, with your third one, you have choices. You can go over here with it, or you can put it, I'm going to put mine right inside of the other one because it's going to give it like a 3D effect. I'm going to make this one a little smaller. I think it was too big. I'd like it to be smaller. Maybe a little smaller. So you can fix it as you go. Nothing is ever perfect. Ooh. Oh, wow. I like the way that looks because it's got like 2 layers. I'm going to do the same thing again. Roll my tape. And I'm going to go stick it right on. And then I'm going to fluff it up so that it's like the exact shape that I want it to be. Good. Make sure it's pressed on there. Wow, I love this. I love how this came out. This is really fun. Now, if you didn't get to put the flowers on top, it's still a beautiful drawing. And on the bottom, you can sign your name so that we'll always remember that you made this. Real artists always sign their name. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you had a fun time. And starting next week, we're going to do a Zoom call. So we're going to get to see each other in person. I hope you had a fun time. See you later. Have a great day, guys.